Good morning and welcome to today's webinar, which goes by the name Real-Time Daily Trading Ideas. This is our internationally oriented webinar addressed to traders all over the world. We will be speaking about trading ideas, strategies, market screenings, and we'll be answering your questions. At this point, I would like to introduce myself to the audience. My name is Alex Raftopoulos and I'm a new employee of Admiral Markets in Berlin. Before we can start with the actual webinar, we will briefly present the risk disclaimer. Trading with financial instruments offered by Admiral Markets carries a high level of risk, which is not suitable for all investors due to its complex nature. Please make yourself familiar with these instruments by using a demo account if you are a starter. Please feel free to contact us if you need any assistance with that. Please also note that none of this is investment advice. The statements made in this webinar only represent the personal opinion of our traders. You can also find the whole risk disclaimer on our website. Here you can see the schedule for the week. Today it's Giancarlo's turn. And before I finish off with the introduction, I would like to invite everyone interested in trading to try us out and benefit from the best index and forex offerings with spreads of just 0.8 pips. Please feel free to have a look around our website and explore our international activities, and do not hesitate to contact us should you have any questions. Well, enough of me for the moment. Now it's Giancarlo's turn. Good morning, Giancarlo. What's your outlook of the markets for the moment?
Good morning. Good morning, traders. As you know, today is a very, very important day because, as you know, tonight we expect the meeting of the Federal Reserve. It's very important to clear something for tonight because there are a lot of confusion in the market and a lot of opinions. So I would like to offer my idea to help you to understand what the market expected tonight. First one, remember that the Fed start to block it seems that they want to block the rate hike, but tonight the probability that Fed will rise the rates in the 2.25, 2.50% is of 70%. Okay, and this is the fourth rate hike for the current year since 2015. So what you have to understand, because some weeks ago Powell declared, the president of Federal Reserve Powell declared that the estimate rate is the desired rate better is estimated around 33%. It would represent a fair balance between economic growth without accelerating inflation. So remember an important thing, because I know that you know that Trump speak a lot about the Fed activity, but the Fed is independent institution, and Fed cannot accept external influence because we know that Trump need a weak dollar. Okay, take care tonight, because if Powell, if Fed don't raise the rates, it will be represented like an act of submission. Okay, so in this case, market can understand something very well. Okay, some recommendation for better for tonight. And first one, remember that the market can move depending on press conference. The most important part of tonight, it will be the press conference at 8:30. Okay, from this time we can assist a two-side volatility. Okay, I tried to give you some help, but it's difficult to understand what we have tonight, the Fed meeting, the last Fed meeting of every year, help us to create a map of trend for next weeks and next month. So in general, what I can say is that if the Fed decide to pause in December the rate hike, first one, treasury yields should plunge, taking the USA dollar with it. In this case, we can assist a massive stock market rally. But in general, understand that after the first move, the stock could drop because the message will be interpreted like a trouble for the economy. So, my opinion, Fed need to maintain the rate hike, but it is the market understand this, but is interesting to say to listen the press conference because market would like to know if the President Powell indicate a future reduction in the rate hike. So it's logical to think that the most part of journalists ask a lot about this, okay? Because if Powell reducing the impact of monetary policy, reducing the rate hike, it will be seen like a sign of help for market, and we can maintain a good volatility. I strongly recommend at the same time to analyze every reference to the health for USA economy. Okay, but you know that tonight we have two-side volatility. So after 8:30 until 10 o'clock, we have a lot of volatility. In general, remember that we need to assist this conference to understand what we have from tomorrow. And for me, it's very important to understand in this last week, of trading before vacation, how the market close, and we can give some idea for next weeks. So this is my indication for tonight. Remember that Powell would like to arrive at 3%, but in same time, remember what I say to you the last time. The Federal Reserve need a high rate because when the economy is low, we can have an arm to use, and they can reduce the hike, the rate to help US economy. But at this level, it's impossible to reduce. So the neutral level remain between around 3%. So depending on the dovish or hawkish words, tonight you assist a lot of volatility. So now let me speak something about oil, because yesterday it is the most exciting news of yesterday in international market was the collapse, more than 55%, of WTI oil. Okay, we have reached the minimum of the last 15 months. So if you remember, I strongly in the last Wednesday, I strongly recommend to wait the break of this range, and the break of our level here in 49.83 give us a great short. But I would like to explain why we have this yesterday. The increase in American Russian production was decisive. So facing with this perspective, the OPEC cuts of 1,200,000 barrels per day not be enough. So I expect that a new cut, we can have a new cut in the next 6 months. In this case, it's interesting to know that the next OPEC meeting will come in April instead of June. The reason, the monetary situation. Of course, we have to understand that the market needs need some information from USA-China trade war. You know, and remember that they have stopped the war for 19 days, so they have to reach a deal at the first day of March. So take a lot of care, because the USA-China trade war remain a very important market mover. Now, what we can say for technical information. First one, we have reached our zone for a few cents, but we are in a zone of $45. Okay, so to have a new trigger step, we need to break the zone of $45, and in a special would like to suggest to wait at least the break of this smart money zone. Could be very interesting. Try a new short below $44. At the same time, we can expect a potential reversal bottom on daily chart, but we need to recover at least this level of $47. Of course, with Fed today, take a lot of care. In general, I can suggest you to try some long position to return in $50 up $47 if we have a volume and acceleration in the market. In the same time, for downside, we need a strong break of $44. The next target is the touch of 45.51. This is the minimum of February of 2016, and the last one is here in 41.15. This is a very important zone, and in this case it's possible to arrive here, but we can expect some surprises, and we can have a good reversal button. Of course, wait the daily close to have more information. In general, remember that up $47 we have a presence of buyers. Below $44 we have a presence of sellers. Let's go now to speak something about Standard & Poor's. As you know, we have a strong break of our very important zone here in last week in 2624. The market do a new minimum here, annual lows. We touch this very important smart money zone here, our support here in 526, and now market try to go up. What we can expect today, it's difficult to say, because stock market wait Federal Reserve, and there are no sign of a reversal, and the market remain bearish. But in general, we can say that smart money in general need a high price to return seller, and I think that next month we have a new presence of sellers, and a new, and possible we can have a new lows. But I would like to give you some very interesting point. In general, could be very interesting to try some long if the price break this level, and then especially if we break this zone. In this case here, we can have a strong breakout and we continues 20-30 points more, or we can have a great reversal. In the same time, if we lose the minimum here in 226, my personal target is a touch of this level at an extension. My idea is that we can have the possibility to touch the zone between 455 and 480. This zone is very important because correspond the first part of last upside in last year. I strongly suggest to maintain a lot of care, because the market wait the Fed, and during the day I think we have a choppy market, very difficult to trade. Now we are going to take a look at DAX. In the same time, I'm very happy because I have reached my final target of DAX with some shakeouts in 10,700. Now it's logical to analyze and understand if we have possibility of great reversal. In 4 HE4 chart, you can understand how this zone between 920 and 605 remain a great range zone, difficult to trade because the price seems to accumulate, but we need a break of a high resistance to open a good long position. So I show you what we can try today in 50 minutes as always. My trading idea is to try long position only if the price break this level in 821. We maintain a good bullish attitude, but we need more volatility and more volume. So in this case, if we break this level, my idea that it's possible to reach this zone and the stop it is maximum we can put here of 30-40 point, no more. This is my idea for buy stop. For short side, we need to go out of this level, and I strongly recommend to try something only the price break this zone of 737. So we can put a sell stop down this level. Let's stop a maximum of 30 point. My idea is we can arrive here very fastly in 700 zone, and if we break this level, the next stop the next target it remain between 680 and 663. This is what we can do today. Of course, remember that these zones are very sensitive, and if the price touch this level and they don't break it, you can use for reversal. Now, let me say something about Forex, but before I would like to take a look at gold. We are very near, we maintain a bullish attitude. I know that the pullback are complicated to manage, but as I tell to you, we maintain a long view here, and our target is to reach this zone. We are very near. We have touched this level of 1251, and in extension this is very important because if the price break this resistance, we can have a potential reversal on medium term. So maintain the long view, use the pullback to buy, and remember that if the price going below 256, we can block the long position and try to do some short with first target in 229 and in extension 226. We return short only if the price going below the zone of 1200. Now we are going to take some consideration about euro dollar. The zone of 1.1292 maintain the zone. The price it seems fall, but they do a stronger reversal with the master smart money do a stronger reversal with selling climax, and now we are trying to reach for another time this resistance in 1.1333. What I can suggest to you, of course, is way to Fed. This is logical, but take a look at this zone because here it will be very complicated. And in the medium level, we can suggest to take care if the price going below 1.3060. But if tonight break this level for dovish updo at least, because from a quote report I see a presence of buyers in euro. If we break this level, we can have an interesting rally. At least we can have a reversal for to reach the zone between 1.1378 and in extension 1.1527. Up this level, we can have a reversal of trend and we start a new uptrend. I think that tonight we can have a lot of long candle with checkouts, So in this case, I strongly suggest to wait if the price first one break this level for long. But for short, I strongly recommend to wait this level, because in this zone it will be very difficult to understand the trend. I finished. Take a look at dollar yen and Canadian dollar, because the dollar, the Japanese, the dollar, the yen, Japanese yen, it seems more stronger for risk of aptitude of investor. So they break our support here of in 112.67. In this case, the aptitude in this moment is of correction, and it seems that we can touch this level. If tonight break soon, we can start a new. We can have a bearish acceleration, and we can arrive here in the zone of 110.72. Only a return up this level we can help us to open a buy position. And I finish with the Canadian dollar, because we are going to our target in 1.3615. We maintain a bullish aptitude, as I tell you. From we are long from this point. If someone want to enter, we need a break of 1.35. I would like to finish. Remember that we return on the second week of January. So thank you very much for your attention, and we will return for the second Wednesday of January. I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you very much for your comprehensive analysis, Giancarlo. Thanks to the audience for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. If you did and would like to review it, you can do so anytime. Just give us an hour or so to upload it onto YouTube. I'm wishing everyone a good day ahead and looking forward to the next webinar with you. Goodbye.